Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff right side, it's Dixon. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Bam, bam. 60 outlaw. Check, crunch. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. A give to Kamara running right. A big play there out of Kamara. 47 yards on the ground. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's running to get into the top 5.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Ready, 60 or. Let's go, let's go. Here we go, 50, 50. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie, hurry, ready?
From the gun, Lawrence. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Man, I got you. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch twist.
They'll run on first down. It's Dixon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
You got nothing today. You got nothing. Switch. Alert 66. Bullet, high.
They'll run it with Dixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction.
Go. 56, right there, 56.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong one.
Second and long. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play. The one that they got on the previous one, they tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on second down. Lawrence into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set! 60 yards! All day, dog.
On second down, it's Dixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run for the first time with Hill. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
50, watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Get that quarterback. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Black. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
To number 17. That's a gain of 3.
All tied up, 6-6. Our score after 1. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
All day, every day, any day. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Now, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Kamara try the right side. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Set, ready? 18, Gator. Back. Watch the eye. Check, go.
On third down, Whittington. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
2 yards on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Alpha.
Mark 56. Mark 56.
Watch his pilot. 64. Weak.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Hank's almost going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, Haywood.
56.
To throw again, Lawrence. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20.
Hey, 50. 50's a must. 50.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Let's go. Hey, Turkey's the mark. Watch the pass. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50.
He'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. He completes this one to Mack. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Saints first down.
Break. 56. Check 56. Combo. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Throwing again. Lawrence. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jadeveon Clowney. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Check three.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing it on 3rd and long. Lawrence airing it out deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a give, right side. Dixon, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Looking deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
The final shot before break. Lawrence, he's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Woo. Give me something. Here we go. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Push him back. Push him back.
2nd and 3. The 20. For left side, it's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Kamara. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Lawrence. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Lawrence. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
49 the mark. No chance.
To throw again. Lawrence. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Check 26, check 26.
Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Lawrence. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start the drive with Dixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey. Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, Mike's 50, let's go.
They'll drop the throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is third and 10.
Undercrush.
Let's go. Bravo. Switch. Echo.
They'll set up to throw. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's second and 21. Back to throw. Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On first down, it's Dixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. 56 is the mic. Come on, D. Go.
Here we go on second and 12. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Milano in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's now third down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. You go, night, night. 56 to Mike, boy. 56.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
A 48-yard attempt.
Left that one out there. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Look at me. Go. Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Whittington. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Watch the curve. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
4 down. Check. Mike 56. Mike 56.
On 4th down, Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mack. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards, good for his Saints' 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Fighting to stay upright. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
7 yards to go.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go out. Check. Bam. Check. Fresno.
Hey, watch it.
Go. Go.
From the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. On 4th down, Lawrence. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And this one complete to Smith. And out of bounds right around the 20.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
2nd and 4. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Back to throw. Lawrence. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On the ready.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Topper! Ready?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Lawrence. He's got it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, going for it on 4th has worked twice on this drive already. Now it gets more interesting here on 4th and goal. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. From a yard out. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Check.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
At the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Mark 38. That's what I do. Shoot.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Alex Anzalone in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. He's back to throw. And that's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Right here.
Mark 38.
Hey, tight. Mike 38.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Don't get nervous.
Who's that?
They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB.
Recon, 132 fighter. Now.
On 1st down, Whittington. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Ready. 60 HOR.
50. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Say go.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down. Will Watson for the field goal.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for New Orleans, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.